Hello and welcome to American Literature 1. My name is Professor Maroney or Eric Maroney, and we will be working together this semester. This short video is just going to provide a brief overview of the syllabus and the course. If you take a look at the syllabus, which you can find on Blackboard, you'll see that it is divided into two sections. The first section just sort of talks about course policies, things like what kind of textbooks you'll need, grading policy, and then the second half of the syllabus goes over a kind of loose calendar of assignments. One of the things I want to begin with is you're probably aware of the fact that this is a fully online course. That means that we will not be meeting in person, and we also will not be meeting live online. So there are no quote unquote class times for this course. Instead, each week, material will be posted for you in the form of short pre recorded video lectures, reading material, journal assignments, discussion board assignments, all of that collective learning material you'll engage with throughout the course of the week. And you can complete those assignments and study that material, view those lectures at any time that is beneficial to you, as long as you're meeting the weekly deadlines. So each week you'll find that there is a deadline on Wednesday. There's an assignment due on Wednesday at 11:59 p.m., just shy of midnight. And then there's another assignment that will be due on Sunday at 11:59, again, just shy of midnight. And so, again, as long as you are meeting those deadlines, you can complete the assignments and view the lectures, the learning material at times that are convenient to you. Primarily, we'll be engaging with one another or conversing with one another through written dialogue. So that might be in the form of journal entries that we respond back and forth on, or it may be in the form of discussion boards, in which you respond back and forth with your classmates. A couple of things I want to just highlight on the first half of the syllabus. One, you'll get a course description here. And very important, the textbook for this class. I think there might be a mistake in the campus bookstore. So the textbook that you want to purchase is the Norton Anthology of American Literature, Volume 1. So that is the beginnings, very early First Nations peoples, beginning of colonization up until 1865, which is the Civil War period. I believe the textbook that was ordered mistakenly picks up at 1865 to present, which is post-Civil War era. This is American Literature 1, and so we will be looking at that earlier period. As noted on the syllabus, e-textbook is fine. My note's a little bit cheaper, and if you are a person who can read on a screen, then I would encourage you to do so. Of course, if you are somebody who prefers the traditional paperback, that's fine as well. Okay, moving just a bit down, you'll see some information about the grading policy, what kinds of assignments are going to be due in the course, etc., as well as some grading policies, policies about late work. Can take a look at this at your kind of general convenience. I do want to take a shift down and just kind of give a quick look at the kinds of text that we will be reading. So you'll see that each week is organized under a topic. So week 1, we'll be taking a look at First Peoples, Indigenous American literatures. Week 2, we'll be looking at the early colonizers. Week 3, we'll be looking at the Puritans. Week 4, the colonial period, right, and so on and so forth. One of the things that you'll find in an early American literature course is that sometimes it feels a little bit like a history class. The reason for that is that American literature, early American literature, really didn't take the form of novels and short stories and some of the more traditional literature that we think of when we think of an English class. In fact, the first novel is credited as being the first English novel, or English language novel, I should say, is credited as being Robinson Crusoe, and that wasn't published until 1719. And of course, this class starts earlier in the 1400s. And the novel itself didn't become popular until the Victorian era, which is much later, 1837 to 1901-ish, and the short story coming thereafter. So primarily when we're talking about early American literature, what we're thinking about is letters, journal entries, autobiographies that individuals wrote about themselves, sort of reflections on the period, all things that are going to help us think about the birth of America as a nation, and some of the complicating factors that sort of come with that and then ultimately carry through to the present. Um, at the sort of tail end of the semester, we will begin to look at some kind of traditional literature, or what we might think of as traditional literature in the form of poetry and some short fiction. But before the course begins, please take some time to just look the syllabus over, familiarize yourself a little bit with the Blackboard shell, get your textbook, and I look forward to working with you this semester.